Dom, thanks very much for joining us. A day away from the Airdrie game. We'll start where we normally do by looking back on last week's game. Really a very positive result, and more importantly a very positive performance as well.
Yeah, I think the main thing at this point in the season is the wins and 3 points, and we've done it convincingly. Last week I thought it was a really good performance for the boys, really professional performance. Going up there, you know, it's always hard, and sometimes when Arbroath have got nothing to play for, they can play with a bit of freedom, but I felt the boys kind of get ready for the game perfectly, and we knew the task ahead, and ultimately was to get 3 points, but to play with a kind of a style and the way we did, I think that's good going into Friday's game.
And 5 goals as well, and a clean sheet to build on. It really does set us up quite nicely for a huge game tomorrow night. Yeah,
plenty of positives to take into Friday night. Obviously, as we says, you've got the clean sheet and you've got a good number of goals, but you know, Friday's going to be a different game, and ultimately the result we want the same as 3 points. I think at this point we would take it any way we can, although we would love to go out and put on a performance and score a few goals again. We'll take 3 points any way we can.
And I suppose going into a game like this where other results could come into play, is it first and foremost just about us doing the job and not having to rely on results elsewhere?
Yeah, well, the benefit obviously we've got is it's in our hands, so you don't really fully need to rely on other teams. For us, we know we just need to go and win that game, and then we've obviously got the kind of insurance of just bettering Inverness's results, but we know if we go and win the game, it takes care of everything else, and then that's our job done.
And how's the mood in the camp been this week on the back of a good result last week? I presume really positive and looking forward to the game.
Yeah, I think the result obviously at Arbroath really helps you. It kind of settles any nerves you might have when you're relying on other teams, but we know we've put it back in our hands. So it's been exciting. I think players want to play in big games with pressure on you, but it's been fairly calm, and I think that comes for the manager and the coaching staff. There's not been any kind of pressure put on us. We know we just need to go out and play our game and get the 3 points.
And we've obviously had injuries at the back the last week or two. There's not been any kind of hide away from that. That's opportunities though for other boys to step in at a really important time of the season and make their mark.
Yeah, we've obviously had injuries, and you tend to get them at this time of the season when you've played a lot of games and a lot of minutes. Obviously we lost Jack and Danny the previous week, which 2 great players that have been solid for us and kind of built the foundations at the back. And then also we lose Tiz at Arbroath, so he's obviously going to be out, but we know we've got players that can step up, and players that have played, that's a good thing. Everybody's had a taste of it this season, so there's plenty of players that can come in, kind of compete for places, and ultimately can do the job very well.
And I know we've spoken about this the last few weeks, the importance of the fans. One final push required from them as well to help get the team over the line.
Yeah, again, they were brilliant last Saturday up at Arbroath. We know it's a fair travel, ticket prices, all that, etc. It's not easy for fans, especially when you're home and away, so they're much appreciated, and obviously we'll need them again on Friday night. Hopefully we can get plenty of bodies in with being the Friday night, and if they're in fine voice, it really does, it gives you that extra cut of yards, especially when you need it. If it's a tight game, they can really give you that push on. So again, they've been much appreciated, and we would love it for one last game.
Tom, all that remains to be said is good luck for tomorrow night.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Cheers.